Assalamu alaikum dear student. This is your science teacher Ms. Kanza. I hope you are doing well. In the last video, we have studied about sound and hearing. We have studied that what is a sound. I am going to give you a quick revision that what we have studied in the last video. In the last video, we have studied about the sound, that sound is a form of energy which travels from one place to another. We have two types of sound, one is pleasant and other is unpleasant. The unpleasant sound can be dangerous for us, it can harm our ability of hearing. The sounds are made when anything vibrates. All the musical instruments have a vibration in them. Even that our vocal cords also vibrate to make a sound. And we can do this by placing our hand on our throat and scream ah. We can then hear our vocal cord vibrates. Then we studied that how sound travels. Sound travels from one place to another through air molecules that we can hear from a distinct distance. For example, we do not have to place our ear towards the drum, but we can hear the sound of a drum from a clear distance. This is possible because the air molecules spread out again, and the air molecules are squashed together, and these air molecules transfer the sound from one place to another. Sound molecules can travel through all the surfaces, be it solid, liquid, or gas. In this diagram, it is clearly stated that without the air, the sound could not travel. Then we study that sound travel as a wave. And in this model, we have studied that what is compression and what is rarefaction. When the air molecules squash or close packed together, they are called compression. And when these molecules are spread out, this is called rarefaction. The distance between two compression and two rarefaction is called wavelength. All these waves on the spring and sound waves are called longitudinal waves. Oscillation is an example. A sound wave is an example of an oscillation in which the sound waves travel backward and forward. Speed of sound in which we studied that a sound travels faster than a light. It means if we hear a thunderstorm, we see a lightning first and then we hear the sound of it. This is possible because the light travels faster than the sound. The sound travel different at different speed in different materials. The sound travel faster in liquid than in gas and fastest of all in solids. Then we talk about that what is the echo. Basically, echo is a reflection of our original sound which we hear after some minutes. In this diagram, we can clearly see that a girl is sitting at a distance of 80 meters from the wall and she is hitting this metal bucket. This metal bucket sound is going and reflecting back to her after 0.5 second. 0.5 second is the time which the sound wave takes for traveling from one place to another. Now we are going to study about high and low, loud and quiet. Everyone is possible. Everyone has this ability to make a sound high or low. Now we are going to talk about what is the pitch and frequency. The pitch of a sound means how high or low the sound is. It depends on how rapidly the sound producers vibrate. Pitch is measured by frequency. Basically, pitch is a volume which we means that sound is traveling at a high pitch or a low pitch, that the sound is high or low. And we measure this pitch by frequency. The frequency of a sound is the number of sound vibrations set up in 1 second. It is measured in hertz. The unit to measure a frequency is hertz. When you pluck the top string of a guitar, it vibrates 660 times in a second. We are taking an example of a guitar in which we are saying that if we pluck the top note, it will vibrate 660 times in a second. And the frequency will be 660 hertz. When you pluck the bottom string, it vibrates only 165 times a second. The frequency will be 165 hertz. The higher the frequency of a sound, the higher its pitch, because we measure the pitch by the help of frequency and the unit to measure it is hertz. The human ear is able to detect sound in the range of 20 to 2000 Hz. Sound above 2000 Hz are called ultrasound. Ultrasound is used in hospitals for breaking down kidney stones and gallstones without the need for surgery. Ships uses ultrasound to detect the depth of the water. Animals such as bats and dogs can detect ultrasound. Sounds below 20 Hz are called infrasound. Infrasound is used for monitoring earthquakes and studying rock formation. It can be detected by some animals such as whales, elephants, and rhinoceros. Okay, in this topic, we have studied that what is a pitch and frequency. First, pitch is a sound which means high or low, and we can measure the pitch by the help of frequency. Frequency is the number of sound vibration, and we measure it in hertz. The higher the frequency will be, the higher the sound or the higher the pitch. Then we said that a human ear is able to detect sound in the range of 20 to 20,000 hertz. This is the range in which a human ear can detect sound. We are saying that any sound which is above 20,000 hertz, we calling it ultrasound. Ultrasound, you are all familiar with the ultrasound. The ultrasound is used in the hospital for different operations. For example, to break down the kidney stones and the gallstones, and without the need of a surgery. Then we said that ships uses this ultrasounds to detect the depth of the water. Then animals such as bats and dogs can detect ultrasound, and any sound which is below 20 Hz we are calling it infrasound, and we are using this infrasound for monitoring earthquakes and studying rock formation. Some animals can detect also which they are whales, elephants, and rhinoceros. I am going to repeat this. We are saying that a human ear can detect the range 20 to 20,000 hertz. Any sound which is above 20,000 we are calling it ultrasound, which is used in hospital. Any sound which is below 20 hertz is called infrasound, and we are using it to detect the earthquake and studying rock formations. Our next topic is loudness and amplitude. The loudness of a sound depends on the height of the sound wave called amplitude. It means that however the sound will be loud, it will be form a sound wave, and that sound wave is called amplitude. The greater the amplitude, the louder the sound. This can be measured in decibels. We are measuring the amplitude by the help of decibels. And what is an amplitude? Amplitude basically is a sound depth, that whether it is high or low. The loudness of a sound is depend on the height of the sound wave, which you are saying amplitude. In this picture, they are showing us the wavelength and the amplitude. If you remember, I told you wavelength is the distance between a compression and a rarefaction. And amplitude is a loudness of a sound which we are measuring in amplitude, and it is measured in decibels. Our next topic is seeing sound. Everyone know that we cannot see a sound, but with the help of a microphone which we connected to an oscilloscope, we can see the wavelength. Oscilloscope basically is a instrument which we use to measure or see the wavelength of the sounds. This in this oscilloscope, the sound waves or vibrations are changed into electrical signals, and then this oscilloscope uses this to produce a wavelength. In this, you can see the amplitude. The higher the sound, the higher the pitch, the higher will be the sound. And in this, the amplitude is low, it means the pitch of the sound is low. The wavelength is higher, it means the pitch and frequency is higher, the sound is high than this sound comparatively. Next, we are going to talk about the wave equation. The relationship between the speed, its frequency, and its wavelength of a sound can be shown by this equation. This is the equation by which we can measure them. Speed in meter per second is equals to frequency in hertz and into wavelength in meter. Next, our topic is how do we hear a sound. In this diagram, this is a diagram of our inside of the ear, in which we are showing that how the sound travel inside our ear and how do we hear a sound. Our ears are energy changers. Basically, their job is to change sound energy into electrical signals which are sent to the brain. Whatever sound we hear from our ears is changed into the electrical signal, and then this is sent to our brains. Vibration from a vibrating object such as musical instrument enter the air and make the air inside vibrate. Our eardrum vibrate. This is our eardrum. This is a sheet of a muscle and skin. This is our ear flap and a canal. The air inside the ear canal begins to vibrate. This vibrate our eardrum. Then the eardrum vibrate. This will make our bones vibrate. We have three types of small bones: hammer, anvil, and stirrup. Semicircular canal, they help you to balance the vibrations. Then these vibrations makes the liquid inside the cochlea vibrate. This setup signals inside the nerve cell. Nerve to the brain is called cochlea. What will cochlea do? Cochlea basically is a hollow tube shaped like a shell with liquid and nerve cells inside it. This liquid inside the cochlea vibrates. This set up the signal inside the nerve cells. I'm going to repeat this. Our ears is an energy changer. Their job is to change the vibration, sound vibration into electrical energy, and this electrical vibrations are sent to our brains. At first, the air inside the ear canal begins to vibrate. It vibrates our eardrum. Then, from the eardrum, it vibrates our bones. We have three types of small bones: hammer, anvil, and stirrup. Then, we have a cochlea. Basically, what is a cochlea? Cochlea is a hollow tube shaped like a shell with liquid and nerve cells inside it. When the bones vibrate, this will make the liquid inside this cochlea vibrate, and it will set up the signal inside the nerve cells, and then it will send to our brain. This is the way by which we hear the sound. Okay, students, I hope you're able to understand what is a high and low sound, what is a pitch and frequency, what is an ultrasound, what is an amplitude, how can we see the sound waves, and how do we actually hear a sound. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.